What's a good word, everyone? I'm Kenny Varner, the owner of SportsBooks.com, where we are going to look at the Michigan State Spartans, who have an over 4.5 is minus 155, under 4.5 plus 125. Can this be a low number as we look at the schedule for them, along with the outstanding new head coach hire, the opposite of UCLA's hire? Why is that? Well, I will let you know right after this 30 seconds about sportshaveballs.com. That's the name of my site where we sell sports pick packages. NFL, college, we put more time into the weekly betting all week long than we even do in these videos that you will find on YouTube, on my site. When you subscribe to my site for free, just you will have all the videos that you want of every Power 4 team, every NFL team, and you will be set. So make sure to come visit that. So Jonathan Smith, who turned around Oregon State, won 25 games over the last 3 years, is a perfect hire for Michigan State. With all the garbage from last year, right or wrong administration, right or wrong head coach, don't care. Just looking at what's going on in a vacuum and going forward for Michigan State is what I look for here. Now, in terms of the win totals, 4.5, I will go through the schedule with you guys, but this team is about getting better. It doesn't always get the amount of wins you want, but I still think this team could go over the total. So we look at the quarterback, Aiden Childs. It's going to be his first full year. Now, when he had his spot play, because he was behind DJU at Oregon State, he had 7 total touchdowns, didn't turn the ball over, and that's going to be the number one key to start with, is not turning the ball over. He's got a safety blanket, Jack Belling from, again, Oregon State. So they got a little bit of continuity coming in here with Oregon State. They're not Nate Carter, a decent running back, is going to fit well with Jonathan Smith. Now, you remember that Oregon State had arguably the best running back in the country last year with Martinez. So I see these guys being, I'm not saying that's what Carter is, obviously, but I could see the development coming. When I look at this offensive line, though, I have to say that that their center's back, but this offensive line has a lot to prove. So that's going to be a work in progress. With a good coach, when I see a work in progress, I look for them to improve as the season goes on. So if I see them struggle for 4 or 5 weeks, I'm not going to put that as that's what Michigan State's going to be for the whole year. Some teams I do, sometimes I don't, because I really believe in Jonathan Smith. They got 23 people through the portal, so that is going to be a solid improvement. They got a solid new defensive coordinator coming in. Their 3 best defensive players did transfer out, so you're going to have a mixed bag. There's a reason that they're at 4.5. There's also reasons to think they could get bowl eligible. Will this defensive line be on the struggle bus? Yes, I believe they will. Will there be improvement as the season goes on? Yes. The question of will it develop into 5, 6, 7 wins? Not so sure. So let's go through their schedule. Because their schedule to start isn't the toughest in the world. But again, this isn't a team that just goes out there and wins because the other team is not that good. Because as much as I think they're going to improve, they're still not a very good football team. They're not like a top 30 football team as of right now. But I do I like the good coaches, and I really like them in their second year. But this is Jonathan Smith's first year. He has proven at Oregon State what he did. So Florida Atlantic off the bat, they should be fine with. Then they go at Maryland, and that's a toss-up. Then Prairie View comes in, and now this is an FCS team that's a bad FCS team that would never even sniff making their fake bowl game, let alone being a top 25 team. So that's a walkover. At BC, a nice lazy game there. And then Ohio State. And then, okay, if you want to lay points with Oregon against Michigan State, it might be a good thing. It's at Oregon, and it's 6 weeks in a row playing for Michigan State. So it's not even a good schedule spot for them. And then they're off, and then Iowa comes in. Uh, when you have a team that might not be able to score, you could defensively make this work. Uh, at Michigan, as it's funny because I'm like high on Michigan State, lower on Michigan, but it's still a big gap between Michigan and Michigan State. Then Indiana comes in, who I'm a little higher on. I think they're going to be a surprise team, but a team that they can handle if they're getting better as the season goes on, like I believe they are. Then they're off, and then they go to Illinois, come home for Purdue, come home for Rutgers. So it's, you know, they got Oregon and Michigan. They missed Penn State. So that's a good deal. So they missed Penn State and they missed Ohio State. So that's not the worst of the world. But do I see improvement from this team? Definitely see some improvement from this team. 5-6 wins, bettable. It might be bettable when it's all said and done. When we look more into it, as it's August right now. But I'm looking for improvement. Maybe getting Michigan State plus some points because people think they're worse than they are. That could be an option with Michigan State going forward. So I'm a little higher on Michigan State than I think other people are. Not sure. Just looking at the win total at 4.5, but it is juiced to the over. So I do think this is a 5-6 win team that could be bowl eligible. So remember, sportshaveballs.com is the name of my site. We have college and football pick packages for you. When you combine them, you get the rest of our sports absolutely free. Come see what we're all about. Chat with me anytime, and we will see you in the next video. Remember, YouTube channel has all 32 teams and all college football teams in the Power 4 covered in individual videos. So come check us out. We'll see you in the next video, and let's make money.